Alright guys, well welcome back to another video. Today I just am leaving the Salt Lake City area right now and getting ready to head toward Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We're looking at, I guess probably about 4.5, 5 hours or so. Add on a little bit of charging in there. I was hoping to go up more direct from like Evanston, Wyoming, from that supercharger up to Jackson, but that doesn't look like it's possible. It's about 200 miles and I believe it's through mountains. And unfortunately, like I've said a million times before, with the cargo box, I'm just not going to get that kind of range. It's probably right around 200 or slightly over normally, like on flat terrain, but with mountains, it's just too questionable and there's no superchargers in between. So what I'm looking at doing is kind of going up to, I guess it's Pocatello, Idaho. I'm not sure exactly how to say that. And then right after that is Idaho Falls. And that's just to the west of Jackson. So I'm going to go up that route and then I just head east. I don't know, it looks like about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes to Jackson. And I'm going to spend the night in Jackson. I'm going to do car camping tonight because if you've never been to Jackson, Wyoming, which I have not, but apparently it's like ridiculously expensive. A lot of the hotels I saw were $2,000 a night. Now, I know it's a holiday weekend, but still $2,000 a night for a hotel. And a lot of these, you know, they didn't look that great. Then you're looking at, I did see a Motel 6 for $300 a night. Not doing that. I do want to go to Jackson Hole though. I want to like just experience a little bit, at least for a day or two. And so I want to go and just kind of walk around the downtown area, explore a little bit. I don't know a lot about it. And then in the next day or two, then I'll go to Grand Teton National Park. But today I just left the hotel near Salt Lake City, and I'm at the South Salt Lake City Tesla. It's actually like their dealership here, but they have charging as well. So I'm gonna get a full charge here. I'm actually already up to 89%, so I'm about ready to take off. It's about almost just 3 p.m. and I imagine I'll probably get in this evening like around 8 or 9 into Jackson Hole. So we'll see. I might end up staying then tomorrow too, just so I can experience a little bit more. But today's journey is just from the Salt Lake City area to Jackson, Wyoming. All right, so it shows the next stop from Salt Lake City here as Pocatello, Idaho. It says we'll have 20% when we get there. We're currently at 91% charge. I don't know if we're going to end up making it. It kind of depends on how flat this terrain is on the way up there. I did look, and there is a charger in between here. So, Tremonton, Utah, and that one is 150 kilowatts, so that's not bad. And Pocatello is also 150 kilowatt. And then we want to get up to Idaho Falls before heading over to Jackson, Wyoming right here. We have the Tremonton, Utah supercharger in between as backup, and hopefully though we can make it all the way on to Pocatello, Idaho supercharger. Weather's perfect, so it should be a great drive, and hopefully we'll get to see a ton of beautiful scenery and maybe even some wildlife. So I'm really looking forward to the next week between Jackson, Grand Teton, and Yellowstone National Park. I think it's going to be a fun week. So glad to have you along for the ride, and I'll keep you posted as I go from supercharger to supercharger. Looks like the next stop is Pocatello, Idaho. I'll see you there. All right, and we're off. Jackson, Wyoming, here we come.
Self-confident girl, guess you really need to be with her. She's so clever and so strong. Will you really need to meet her?
All right, so just wanted to give a little update here, and it's showing now we have an hour and 29 minutes left to get to Pocatello, and it says we'll arrive in Pocatello with 18%. That should be enough, even with the cargo box. So I'm going to continue on past Tremonton, Utah. Probably end up with only a few percent left, I'm guessing, when we get there, but I'll keep you updated.
your right. Now turn left onto Bench Road.
All right, just getting to the Pocatello Supercharger here in Idaho. Pocatello, Idaho. All right, so just got here to the Pocatello, Idaho Supercharger. It said we would have 22% when we got here, and I wasn't sure if we would make it because with all the mountainous, terrain and stuff like that, I wasn't quite sure, but ended up making it with 13%. So not too bad, actually. It says we need to charge for 15 minutes. Probably stick around like 20-25 minutes, and then we're gonna go to Idaho Falls next. And actually, I might even stick around a little longer than that because we might be able to skip that. All right, I'm gonna run inside and I will check in with you one more time before we take off for Idaho Falls. All right, here's the Pocatello, Idaho Supercharger. Looks like 8 spots. Got one that people can pull in from the front for if they're towing. They need to have more of these. They need to have pull-throughs, to be honest with you. I'm gonna do a post pretty soon, or a video, on how Tesla kind of needs to rethink a lot of their chargers. The one thing gas stations got right is the way that you pull in. And so I'll probably do some diagrams or something on what I think would work best for Tesla, but I'll let you know when I have that ready. All right, so getting ready to take off here from the Pocatello, Idaho Supercharger. I stayed like a million times longer than I needed to. I probably only needed to stay like 5 or 10 minutes. Ended up staying, I don't even know, probably over 30 minutes. Went to the bathroom and then came back and made another short little video for something else, and then ended up making a couple FaceTime calls. So I no longer need to stop at Idaho Falls. So I'm just gonna head right to Jackson. I still have to go the same route, but no reason to stop and charge anymore because it is only 91 miles away. I'll have plenty of range. They're both 150 kilowatt chargers, so no big deal there. I was gonna show you, so charging on this one was $19.29 right now, up to 94% charge. And also wanted to check the energy page to see, because it was showing up here, shows 300-mile range right now, and projected range based on the last 30 miles is 228. That's about what I've been telling you guys over the last like couple months, and the car's rated for 326, but that cargo box will take off quite a bit of range. But again, I couldn't camp and do the things that I'm doing without it, so I live with it for now until they come out with the new batteries that hopefully have quite a bit more range. All right, it shows 2 hours and 20 minutes, 136 miles, and it shows that we'll have 38% when we get there. So that should be plenty. Taking off from Pocatello, Idaho Supercharger, and headed directly to Jackson. It says we should have 39% actually when we get there, and that should be enough. So even with the mountains, I think it'll be enough. All right, so got here to Jackson, Wyoming supercharger, and I've been here actually for about 45 minutes now, and up to 89% right now. Yeah, so we're gonna try to find like a hotel parking lot or something like that, somewhere to crash in the car. And I'm only about 10 minutes from like the main area of Jackson where all the restaurants and bars and saloons and stuff like that, where all those are. So I'm just gonna drive down there. The charger here is at Whole Foods. Just finishing up the charge now and gonna head into town and try to get some food, and then try to scope out a place that looks decent. So I'm gonna try to go find somewhere. This charging session right now, we're at $8.04. So thanks again for watching, and I will keep you posted as the night goes on if anything exciting happens. All right, so just woke up. It is Monday morning. I woke up here in Jackson, Wyoming, and I'm kind of right outside of the kind of downtown area. And I got in last night, maybe around 9, tried finding somewhere to eat. Everything was closed, everything. Ended up going to Smith's, to the grocery store, and just grabbing a sandwich there. And then I kind of was looking for somewhere to stay because, like, again, the hotels were outrageous. Ended up finding the parking lot over here at the Super 8 was actually like super conducive to stealth camping. So ended up just pulling into a spot here, threw up the let me show you real quick, and you can see here's the Super 8, the front of it right there. There was a ton of cars out here in the parking lot already, and it looked like there was a bus here that looked like people might be just staying on it, and there's a couple camper vans over there that looked like people were staying in them. So yeah, it looked like perfect candidate for a place to stay last night. So watched a few YouTube videos around midnight, and then ended up falling asleep probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and slept until about 7:30. So it's just now getting to be 8 o'clock, and trying to figure out what to do. It's cold out. It's 40 degrees. And I'm not exactly sure where to go. Right now, like going whitewater rafting sounds like a terrible idea. Now, mind you, it's supposed to be like, I think in the 70s or even 80s today, I think in the mid 80s. So it definitely warms up during the day. It's just, right now, it's just really cold out. As far as stealth camping, having the Tesla Model Y with tinted windows and using the Evan-X heat shield and using the black side, man, it's perfect. You can pretty much park any urban environment, any parking lot. You know, seems to be working out pretty well right now. All right, well, I'm gonna grab some breakfast and try to figure out what to do today. Here in Jackson, decided to go over to Smith's, to the grocery store, and needed to get my bed back in order after using it last night. So just made the bed real quick and put my jackery under there, some pillows and stuff like that, and then a couple bags, camera bag and computer bag and stuff up there. Definitely gonna have to probably get some water today since I'll be going to Grand Teton National Park. And then this side, you can see I got my fridge freezer in here. I'm just using it as a fridge right now, but cover that up. Yeah, all set. Bear spray. And you can kind of see from this side. So yeah, I mean, I slept like a baby last night, no problems at all. Can't wait to get back on the road today. All right, so just got back from going to Smith's. I ended up getting my water jugs filled up, so 2 7-gallon tanks, pretty much about 10 gallons I have in there. Got some fruit and bagels and some sandwiches, different type of wraps and stuff like that, and then some salads, and already had a bunch of water and soda. Pretty much, you know, got food and stuff. I didn't get a lot of like meat and things like that, because you know, this is bear country. I'm not real versed in how to camp like this, so I got a lot of stuff that I can put in here that isn't like raw meat, and things that I can just, that are already wrapped, that I can then just have a quick meal. And I just got it for, you know, a couple days, so I should be good, you know, at least until probably, see, today's Monday, so I should be good till probably Wednesday. All right, just watched a little YouTube while I'm sitting here getting ready to have a little breakfast. Got the cooler all going with some food and drinks and stuff in there. Back is all pretty much nice and neat. Gonna have a little breakfast and then take off for Grand Teton National Park. All right, so I did pick out a campground. It's called Upper Teton View. It's a dispersed campground, so there's no charge. It's part of just public land. And it had 94 reviews on Campendium, and it was like 4.5 stars. People are like, these are like the most amazing views you'll find in Grand Teton. And they did suggest getting there before noon, and it just turned noon, but it should only take me about 30-35 minutes to get there from here. And it is Labor Day. Today is Labor Day, so I figure a lot of people were leaving around this time. So I'm hoping to be able to grab a spot this afternoon, maybe within the next hour, and should be good to go then. So I'll let you guys know, take you along for the ride, and headed there now. So, all right, just getting out of Jackson Hole now. It's a madhouse. It's Labor Day, and it's busy, and a lot of people are leaving, and so a lot of people with big RVs and trailers and stuff like that. So very, very packed in the, you know, few blocks that are the downtown area. But now headed to Grand Teton National Park. All right, we're about 1 mile from the entrance to Grand Teton National Park. All right, so I'm in Grand Teton National Park right now, and I just went to the visitor center, and then I was talking to this couple that was parked by me, and they were saying there was a bunch of bears right over here. I'm not sure if they meant on the dirt road that I passed, or if it was here on this paved road that I'm going down. I think it was probably on the dirt road, so I'm more than likely going to go up here a little bit farther. If I don't see anything, go back. And yeah, I mean, that was one of the things I wanted to see. I wanted to see a grizzly bear, and in a safe way, not like at my campsite or something like that. So I'm hopeful that I can see something up here pretty soon. There's a bunch of cars up here, so I'm thinking there might be a spot up here where people are viewing animals. Yep, so that, I think that's why they were disconnecting their trailer. It said no RVs, so I'm guessing that it's somewhere ahead here. Make sure the doors are locked. Although one nice thing about the Tesla, there's no door handles. So I've seen in plenty of other videos where bears are pretty smart. They know they can just grab the door handle and open it. And it's amazing to me that time and time again, people don't lock their doors when they're going through something like this. In my case, yeah, I don't even have door handles, but at the same time, I would lock it anyways. All right, so I drove down, I think it's called Murray Ranch, this dirt road back here, and this was the road for sure that the couple that I met in the parking lot that they were on, because they said that they had to disconnect their trailer. And I was like, oh, is it off-road? And they're like, no, not really. And it's just a dirt road, but it did have a big sign when you were coming in that said no trailers or RVs. So I knew that this was the right one. I haven't seen any bears yet, but I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go try to get a campsite. I have the one I'm interested in picked out, so I'm gonna try to go do that one, and I'll let you know if I succeed at that. All right, so I'm gonna go on a Tesla rant right now. One thing that pisses me off the most about Tesla is their maps. Their navigation is horrendous. People used to give a lot of to Apple, which I actually think are as good, if not better, than Google Maps now. They weren't. There were some problems for a while. But man, I will tell you, Tesla Maps, which is supposed to use Google information, It doesn't, or at least it doesn't properly. It is the worst. It literally, I would say 2 to 3 times a week takes me to a completely incorrect address, either completely on the other side of town, or it takes me to, and here's the other thing, I'll actually send the address from like Apple Maps, and I'll send it and share it, which is supposed to share that exact address with Tesla Maps, and then it'll just put it in there. It'll put it in there, and lots of times, like it just did, it took me 30 minutes the wrong way. The wrong way. Like exactly 180 the wrong way. I just drove from inside Grand Teton National Park all the way back to Jackson, to some address in Jackson, Wyoming. That was different from the one that was shared. I mean, I'm so pissed off right now. This happens on a weekly basis. I don't know, I can't tell you how many times I've looked up like an Anytime Fitness or something like that, and it takes me to 2 blocks away to an alley. Like, what? I mean, I just don't understand. If it's supposed to be pulling data from Google Maps, I don't understand how it can be that wrong. But it is. I'm gonna follow Apple Maps. It's actually 49 minutes away now. It was only like 20 or 25, maybe 20 minutes away from where I was. So that just wasted a really big chunk of time trying to find a camping spot. So not happy. If there's the one main complaint that I have about my Tesla is the maps are terrible. They're just horrendous. It's not good, and they're way behind anybody else when it comes to maps. I don't know about MapQuest, but I'm sure MapQuest is giving them a run for their money right now because it's terrible. Bridger Teton National Forest, Toppings Lake Road.
In 3/4 of a mile, take a slight left turn on Forest Service Road 30340.
No RVs over 30 feet in length. Large RVs go 1 mile north to more. Okay. All camping must be numbered, designated campsites only. Toppings in Spread Creek area. Okay. Let's see if we see any wildlife and try to find a campsite. We are on the back roads going up the side of a mountain in Grand Teton National Park.
Take a slight left turn on Forest Service Road 30340. Then continue straight for half a mile.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good. I just got a question because this is my first time being up here. As far as like right here, does it have to be a specific like area to camp, or?
Realistically, it doesn't.
Okay.
Are you looking for a place to camp
Yep.
right now?
Yep.
If you take this road straight that way, in my opinion, that's the nicest site the people just left.
Okay.
As this road bends to the right,
Yep.
you just take it out to the end, and it's out about a good maybe 100 yards from here.
Okay.
And you'll see the people just left. There's
Yep.
a fire ring out there.
Okay, cool.
And if the smoke clears,
Yep.
it's the prettiest place on around
Awesome.
here. But that's the prettiest spot, and it's open, so
I'm gonna get it. Well, I appreciate it.
no problem.
I'll
Nice
probably
to
see you
meet
around. All right,
Bye.
thanks. All right, so just got up. It's about 9 a.m. and I just wanted to kind of show you guys my setup here. I did have a couple other people here and then up on this side, but pretty wide open otherwise. All right, so the campground I ended up at is called Upper Teton View, Toppings Lake Dispersed. So dispersed camping, it's free, and there is a vault bathroom about maybe a 2-minute drive down the road. As you can see, I did set up my shower, and I took my Evan X heat shield window coverings off because I had to drive down there for the bathroom, but they were all, you know, blocking everything out. I actually only woke up once during the night for about an hour and dreamt of all the bears that were outside my window, and couldn't get back to sleep for a little bit, but then ended up falling back asleep. So only woke up once during the night. Otherwise it's great. I didn't even hear anybody leave this morning. You can see you got the shower going. Have the bathroom if I needed it, but I did not end up using this one. And then, so you got the shower up there. So that worked great. Took a shower last night. See the area here? It's a great campground. Let's see here. Just took my window coverings off so I could drive down there, but otherwise, yeah, bed was great. Just had camp mode on. So yeah, still waking up. That's kind of the update right now. I didn't really do much yesterday except for just kind of drive around a little bit and then look for a spot. Found this, and it was already like 4:30, so just had some food and went to bed pretty early. So I actually got probably around 9 hours of sleep. But overall, trip's been great so far, and just looking forward to actually seeing some wildlife. There's probably a huge grizzly bear walking up behind me as I say that, but I'll look. But no, I haven't seen anything but chipmunks. Not even a deer or anything like that. So I had to get out there and try to find them. All right, I'll check in with you soon. All right, so just made the bed up. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a look for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Yeah, it works great. I mean, the right seat, the passenger seat, is pushed up a little bit farther than the driver's seat. So I end up having plenty of legroom. I kind of sleep with my head there, feet usually down here, and I'm 6 feet tall and can stretch all the way out. There usually is like a slight incline just at the very top, because that's where the seats lay down. But what I do is, traditionally, I try to park the car so that it ends up evening it out. But this one I didn't really worry about because there were other people parked over here, so I kind of needed to fit here. I do have like these yellow blocks that I can put up. I probably should have, because if you can see, it does kind of slope down slightly to the back, but it was still fine. I didn't even notice it when I was sleeping. Next year though, I think we have an upgrade coming. Won't tell you anything about it yet, but you have to stay tuned for that. But definitely am looking into an upgrade. I don't necessarily mean a new vehicle. I'll keep you posted.